All right, y'all. A lot of people think that 225 pounds is not a lot of weight, and for some people it's not, and for some people it is. But if it's a PR for you, if it's something you're going for, then that's a milestone, right? And with any milestone, I would recommend getting closer to that milestone before you attempt that milestone. And I'm going to show you this video a few times. The first time, I'm going to just explain some things. I did 9 reps. That way I don't have to explain or count the reps as I'm going, right? But whenever you're going for a PR and you're trying to implement things that you haven't been implementing, I always say swallow your pride and lower the weight before you implement those tweaks to your performance, all right? Pride and ego, hey, as men we do that, but at the same time, when it's healthy, it's a healthy fear for the weights, right? So mind you, and also get closer to that milestone before you attempt that milestone. If you're not at least 190 pounds on the bench press, you shouldn't be attempting 225. Right. With that being said, let's attempt to give these tips, all right? So, off the top of my head, because I'm in the car, I just left the gym, only got one scene of my bench press. I did a squat workout. Let's stop talking about all that. You see my headphones just fell off my head, right? That's called what? A distraction. There was also 2 guys in front of me, and they was just yapping away, and they was real close to me. That's a distraction, right? But I ignored the people and I went and worked out anyways. Headphones fell off my head. I did my set anyways. That's going to take a few reps off. A lot of people don't understand that, right? So before you even approach the bar, 90% of the lift is before you even lay down. Getting tight. Like, you ever seen like a boa constrictor or a anaconda or a python attack something and constrict it? Every time that animal breathes in, the snake is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. That's what you need to do with every move that you make on your way to the bench, when you sit down on the bench, when you lay down on the bench. Every piece of your body need to be as tight as possible. And even your hands, when you're squeezing a bar, you need to squeeze it as tight as possible. You're breathing, you're bracing, you need to be as tight as possible. Your focus needs to be on your lift and nothing else. A lot of people be complaining that I be talking about, I don't be talking in the gym, I don't conversate, I don't socialize, things like that. Okay, why? Because my focus is on my performance, and that's it. All right. A lot of people can't bench press 225 for multiple reasons, but the main reasons I'm seeing is that they be in there talking about football, talking about what somebody else did, talking about bodybuilding, talking about powerlifting, talking about somebody else in the gym, looking at some girl, talking about work, talking about the weather, talking. Focus is key. It is key. If you don't believe me, ask anybody who has ever did anything significant in the gym. All right. I really need some new headphones. But ask anybody who also, if this is your first time trying 225, you see I don't have a spotter, right? So I'm not going to do my maximum amount of reps. I probably could have done 3 or 4 more reps, especially if my headphones wouldn't have fell off my head and I'm trying to push it off the bench with my head. All of that is called what? Leaked energy, wasted energy. Any energy that's used, but you bottle up your energy and you explode it on the workout, whether you're bench pressing, deadlifting, squatting, or whatever. If you want maximum performance, your whole being needs to be on that weight at that time. So if you in there counting your reps, right? I could have swore I did more reps than 9 reps, but when I played it back and counted my reps, a lot of people count their reps as they go. I count them in my head, but I don't 1, 2, 3. You see that? That's breathing in and out. That's wasting breath. That's leaking energy. All right. Also, everybody knows that a bench press is a chest workout, right? Your chest and your triceps are mostly moving the bar, but it's not just that. It's a compound movement. It's a head to toe movement. All right. You want 3 points of contact on the bench: your upper back, your head, and your butt. Your feet need to be planted, and you got your hands on the bar, of course. But on the bench, your body on the bench, You got 3 points of contact. Your butt shouldn't be coming up. Cheat reps, all that. You want to touch your chest and go all the way back up. But I don't think about it like that. I'm thinking I'm training the bench. Think about how you're benching, your leverages. Now, if you want to train chest, use different workouts. Or you can still do bench for training chest, but you can have different days. You can have days where you're more focused on hypertrophy, and you can have days where you're more focused on strength. And you can change your rep ranges, higher rep ranges, lower rep ranges. And that's another thing. If you're so used to always doing lower rep ranges, which I am, sometimes switch it up to higher rep ranges. So lower the weight, up the reps. That's what I'm doing right now. I usually don't do 9 or more reps. Last time I did like 12 reps with this. And and that's another thing. You're not gonna always go in there and be the same exact strength every day. Things happen in life, calories, energy expenditure, things outside of the gym, your rest, your hydration. Things are gonna change, all right? And especially for us naturals, we can't just expect to go in there and just go crazy all the time. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. But it's going to take time, all right? If you've been lifting for less than 2 years, you got a lot to learn, grasshopper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got too much pride early on, you know what I'm saying? I've been lifting for a decade, and I had to rebuild my bench. I don't know how many times. I had to rebuild my squat recently, but I don't know how many times throughout my lifting career. My deadlift, all that. Ask anybody that you personally know. Don't ask them why they lifting, though. Let them lift, you know what I'm saying? Lift and let lift. Don't be interrupting people workout. That's pure evil, all right? But you can get somebody injured, all right? And you messing up their performance, all right? So they're gonna probably tell you something along the lines that I didn't get really good at this until I got serious. I didn't really get good until I learned this or that and the third. So you gotta understand, being as serious as a heartbeat when it comes to your training is key. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Watch these other videos. Peace.